What happens to your heart when your niece, nephew, or a young person has that opening line of, "Auntie, would you be free to chat?" I recently had that in a WhatsApp message from a dear, dear young woman who I've had the pleasure and witness of watching her grow up. So I got the WhatsApp message and thought, what on earth? And then I read the rest of the sentence. And it was about having a chat with her and her friend around a social enterprise idea. Now, how many young people approach you with that question of, can you help me? Because for all my life, I've always wanted to empower people with any information that I've got or any way that I can help. And I think naturally that's part of who we all are. We all are givers. We're all enablers. We want to enable another. And I know that I witnessed this from my own children when they were growing up, because there was 23 months between them. My eldest son, he would always try and help his sister to stand up when she was crawling and he was walking. And I remember witnessing that and just thinking, it's natural. It's a natural part of who we are. So this conversation really is about, how are you enabling other people? How are you enabling the young people that are in your life? How are you enabling you? Because it's not something that we really ever talk about. I've just gone through kind of like a bit of a challenge, really. A challenge in terms of standing up and doing this work that I've been promoting for such a long time. And in a way, this young woman approaching me at this moment in time is just no coincidence whatsoever, because she was a testimony for my first story that I wrote, which was Life After Stress, Anxiety and Depression. She actually wrote a reference, a testimonial on the back of that book. And when I spoke to her just yesterday with her and a friend, she had actually forgotten at what she'd said at that age of 15. She'd actually forgotten that she'd given me that testimony. And again, it's kind of like, what does that say about how busy we get and how bombarded we get with doing, that we forget about that space of being? And that here was a young woman giving me a testimonial. And I look at that conversation that we had yesterday where she'd forgotten. And in a way, I felt as though that was where her identity has been lost. Because here I saw a really passionate, empowered young woman stepping up to do something so pioneering that I'm so proud I had to lead with this conversation. And she's inspired me to do these conversations even more, to make a real commitment to doing them, and also as well to really showcase what young people are doing and what other people are doing. So I've been completely inspired to get my work out there, to show this work that I've been doing for such a long time, but I've just got my head into how to market, because I've taken all this information in from all these different marketers that are showing that how they've done it successfully. It always costs. I mean, I understand that the cycle and this of funding of money is what the world that we live in. But I think sometimes the prices are just a bit out of reach. So my goal is to create a space where people can access at reasonable cost, tenner a month, or which is what, a couple of quid a week. It's kind of, as much as that, even that can be high for some people, it's not so much the money. That if we can do things collectively, it means that we can then help each other and pay forward more, that as we succeed in our endeavours, that we're able to place those funds and pay them forward. So I just want to thank Asha and Charlie for being such inspirational young people. I have got the absolute pleasure and honour of working with these young people. I just hope that they want to continue working with me, because there is no coincidence whatsoever. And I yesterday was able to share with Charlie, who actually knows my son which I didn't realise, lived around the corner from where we used to live, went to the same school, just not a coincidence. But to be able to share the project of what I do, which is story and play, knowing that my children, both Bradley and Ebony, had both been involved in the development of that, are co-creators and co-directors and founders of the work that I do. They are kind of like the silent partners because they've been interwoven into this project. So they are the founding directors, and they will get that recognition when the time's right. We need to create a groundswell. So these two young people have come in at a time when literally yesterday, the day before having the conversation with them, I'd kind of put up to the universe, look, I'm ready to find the tribe. I'm ready for the tribe to find me, to be able to really bring this work out there to the nations, to the world, because this is such a powerful process to help to reset our way of being, to give ourselves permission to let go of the way that it was, to embracing the way that you want it to be. But that transition involves a bit of work. It involves you reflecting on you. It involves you really letting go of those things that no longer serve you, but in a way that's gentle, that's respectful, that is gradual, but at the same time it's fast. You don't have to go slow. You've got permission to be able to step it up. So if you resonate with any of this and you're sat there procrastinating, holding back, being shy, I know where you're at. I hear you, because it's where I've been at, and I know that I have to step out there because I've been squashed so tiny in a way. It's like the challenges that I've got, or that the perceived challenges, they're just what I've put into my head of how difficult this is. I mean, in actual fact, it is pretty easy. It's easy if you step into your creativity, if you step into your truth, if you step into, I'm doing this because I'm passionate and I value people. And yesterday, that conversation was incredible, absolutely incredible. So watch this space, because we've got two young people in the northwest of England that really have got a love for humanity, and they are going to be sharing their journey, and I'm so excited. So I needed to do this in acknowledgement of those young people. Let me just ask you that one question: who are you serving? Because I would like to know who you are, and if I can be of assistance, then give me a shout. Share your stories. That'd be fantastic for you to share the impact that you're having on young people. Bye for now.